Marta. Welcome to another week's KMVB K-pop music video breakdown. I'm still in this weird set with the EP behind me, but whatever, get over it. So this week we're going to be talking about Monsta X, All In. Yay! So I really like Monsta X. I was really excited about this comeback because if you've been following me, you would know that Monsta X was my favorite rookies of 2015. So let's just dive into it and talk about their video. So the story was really interesting because there's lots of things going on. We seem to be in a destroyed, burning town and we find someone who's apparently hurt. And so we feed him a strange flower. Then in some kind of flashback mode, we see the boys just running around town, wandering around, and they find some vendors who are apparently being harassed by the police or the military. I don't know, but they intervene to stand up for these vendors in a completely mocking way to these police. They're just making fun of them, and one of them is actually putting the mysterious flower into his pocket. Then they're all hanging out underneath a bridge, and they got sought out by these military people, and kind of this happens, just like, hey, was it you that did that? And the guy's like, what of it? And then he gets bitch slapped. So then we move on and they're in a different set, and perfect pretty blonde guy is looking at his friend who is covering his face because he's been beat the shit out of, and blonde is like, oh hell no. And then we go to another place where it's apparently in a hospital, and the boy is hanging out with an unconscious man. So all these things are like, we need to do something about it, and we hand a mysterious object in a bag. We don't know what it is, but I assume it's these magical weird flowers, because then they turn into wizards or chemists. I don't know, but they're doing brewery potions with this, and they paint their faces, and they're either high or really happy. I don't know, they're making strange faces and kind of nuzzling each other. I kind of like that part. Anyway, and then we see them going into a store with chemicals? I don't know, but camera footage, they're robbing the store and then they fucking set it on fire because that's what you do. Then we go back to the hospital where Mystery Man is no longer there and Pretty Boy leaves flowers on top of a pile of clothes and throws the monies. And then the other boys are watching the guys struggle and the building is burning, and then Hospital Boy is crying and burns the money and then probably takes a swig of this mystical plant extract. And then there's a mystery bathtub death, and pretty blonde guy is like, oh no, I'm gonna put more extract in the bathtub, and then he crawls into the bathtub with him and cuddles and holds his hand, and then they find a pulsating alien bubble, and the end. This was so interesting and so confusing. I would love if someone, let the fairies begin. Someone explain to me what's going on, because as of right now, it's basically a bunch of local boys standing up to power-abusing authorities and trying to save Mr. Hospital Man, and everything gets out of control, and then they get high with a magic thing, an alien bubble. I don't know what's going on. I think it's awesome. So everything is very unclear, and yet I still much prefer this kind of thing to a bland box set video. All the outfits and the sets are pretty much perfect with the concept that is being presented to us. I don't quite understand the face paint kind of aspect, but it works in a very strange way, especially since it's being called The Clan. I see, they have something, I don't know, kind of war paint. I like it. And I like this guy's hat, and this boy's parents deserve a cookie, or at least his stylist, whoever decided to dye his hair this shade of black and blonde, that person deserves a raise. So you know how it said part 1, which leads me to think that there's going to be a part 2, even maybe a part 3. So the story is still very confusing, but because it might be serialized and everything, it kind of ties everything in a way that makes me want to give this concept an 8.5. So moving on to the song. It was good, but within all the visuals of the video, it kind of got pushed back to almost background music. Let me explain this. It's almost there as to set the mood for everything that we're watching, when we're technically watching a music video, so it should be equal, but that was not the case at all. It's still very enjoyable, and I think it's a good song. However, I do not think I'm going to be listening to the song by itself without watching the video. as opposed to all the other songs that Monsta X has released in the past. The vocals are good, but I've heard Monsta X do some pretty freaking amazing things. And then the lyrics, where they're talking about a girl that they like and how they're very intimidating and telling her, you know, don't be afraid by my intensity and how intimidating I am. I will give my all for you because you're perfect. I don't understand how this ties with the concept of the video yet. I'm hoping that it will make more sense in future MV releases if we still go BTS style. But as of right now, I think the song is going to get a 5.5. Which, moving on to the dance, there's no dance. We know the entire music video, concept plus song, gives the music video a total of 7. And now we talk about my top 3 favorite moments of Monsta X's All In. Number 3 is the scene where pretty blonde guy is taking the mask off his friend and he's making pouty faces and he's all beat up. I mean, the feels for that, I was like, no! That kind of made me feel things, so I was like, I like that part in a very twisted way. Number 2 is the entire scene where they're like brewing weird shit with this strange flower of revitalizing everything. I don't know why that was so cool to me. It probably was because they're like, you know, doing the face paint, doing the weird faces, and probably because the 2 guys like nuzzling each other. I like that. And number 1, the bathtub cuddles. There's 2 boys in a bathtub cuddling for no reason. One of them might be dead. We don't know. So of course it has to be my favorite moment. And that's pretty much it. What was your favorite moment of Monsta X's All In? Did you like the song? Did you like the video? Do you understand what's going on? Can you explain to me? Please write it in the comments. Do you agree with the points that I gave it? Would you have given it more? Why? Write everything down. Here's the current top 10 scores of KMVBs, and Monsta X's All In is making it entering the list at number 7. Tied in with Toy. And if you're wondering why Toy is higher than Monsta X, well, you see there's a very clear system for ultimate tiebreakers. It's called That's What I Wanted. Because I like Toy just a tiny bit better more than I like Monsta X. And that's pretty much it. So, like this video and remember to subscribe. You can follow me on social media if you so want to follow me on social media, and I will see you around in Wonderland.